viewers, welcome to the Fatu Network. I am Omar Wali. With me here is Imam Leigh of Kanifing Estate Mosque, who is also a commissioner at the National Human Rights Commission. We'll be talking about the situation that the country is facing now, the coronavirus, the effect, and the role of religious leaders during this difficult period. Imam, welcome.
Thank you, Sheikh Omar.
Well, Imam, the Minister of Health announced that the Gambia registered 4 cases of corona in the country. What is the role of religious leaders during this period?
Well, thank you, Sheikh Omar. The role of religious leaders is very big and very important in human life, especially during this crisis. The crisis we are having now is a matter of life, which everybody has a role to play, especially religious leaders. When I say religious leaders, I'll be more specialized on Muslims, imams. Though we know we have a country of Muslims, non-Muslims, Christians, non-Christians, but our role is to sensitize people, number one. Number two, to empower our authorities in place. When I say authorities, I mean the president, his statement, and the minister responsible for health. Because there are certain areas, really they cannot be very bold in it. It's not their area. But Islam can base on Islamic point of view and buttress their points. Thank you.
Okay, so what are those areas that you people need to play a role?
Well, for example, if you look at the statement made by the president, he didn't directly touch Muslim gatherings or Friday prayers or 5 daily prayers in congregation. He didn't. Because you will understand he's avoiding to offend the Muslim community. But as a Muslim, as an Imam, I will not hesitate to say the truth and set it as it is. I know it will bring a lot of criticism. I will be accused again, lot of accusation. But I can only be accused by ignorance. Those who don't know the Quran, those who know the Hadith, those who know the history of Islam. And those people, you can afford them, you can stand them, you will know they are just talking because they are having the facility to talk, but they don't know what they are talking about. Because if Islam permit people not to go to the mosque because of heavy rain, to put Maghrib and Isha because of curfew, lack of security. If you know the Holy Prophet asked Bilal to call for prayers, but change the way he called. He said when he reached Hayya ala Salah, he told Bilal, you can say, Sallu fi rihalikum. Pray where you are because of heavy rain. At times because of hot sun, extremely hot sun. At times because of lack of security. You will understand here we are facing lack of security health-wise, and then we are facing a problem of transmitting a killer disease to a fellow Muslim like you. So that will take you to what the Prophet said, at-ta'un. At-ta'un means virus, like, it can be malaria, it can be, it's an airborne disease. Yeah. So the Holy Prophet said, if you had or hear where it is in a country where now you want to go to Karang, you are told Karang there is ta'un, there's a virus which is transmissible. The Holy Prophet said, don't go there. He said, if it finds you there, don't get out of that place till you are cured. or if you happen to die, you become victim of that ta'un, the Holy Prophet said, you will go to paradise because you stay there, you don't want to transmit the disease to someone else, to protect human life, so you are a Sahid. You know, those things are very deep in Islam. Not all those who talk about Islam today knows them. It happens many times. This kind of virus happened many times. In fact, the biggest one happened in 1720, and it repeated again in 1820, and it repeated again in 1920. And now we are in 2020. Now the big question is, what the hell is the 2020, you know, really?
So, like you made mention of that, religious gatherings. Are we going to have Friday prayers today at Kanifing Mosque?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I will go, I will call for Friday prayers, and I'll observe. I'm going because I want to talk to my congregation. And I want to advise because I know my congregation. And I know Gambians. If I don't go today, some people will go and they will create their own imam. I don't have concrete meeting with my imams, which I'm going to have today with them. So we agree. My standpoint is sensitize people, but don't go, and then monitor the development of what is happening in the country. Because we have a role as leaders. If there's anybody to die, we should die number one. We should be the first people to die because we are the leaders and we have a role. But I'm going to tell them also, let us pray and let us not shake hands. Let us try to keep distance as much as possible. But during prayers, we have to be close together. For the first time, we will do it because it's not a rampant as other countries. And I want to use the opportunity, using my pulpit today, to disseminate the messages that comes from the president, that comes from the Minister of Health, that comes from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well. And those in the Holy Quran said, if you look at the verse, I think it's 195, if I'm not mistaken, in Surah Al-Baqarah, the Almighty Allah is saying, وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِي إِلَى التَّهْلُكَةِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. He said, don't kill yourself. Don't be a cause to your very life, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love you so much, and he loves those who do good and be somebody who is doing good. Thank you.
So, Imam, are we just going to have Friday prayers today? And God forbid, so in the event that the situation is, we are still dealing with it, how about next week Friday? Are you going to cancel it?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I am going to ask my congregation, and I'm asking all Gambians, and I'm privileged that I have a television that covers my sermons every Friday, that is Paradise TV. It will go worldwide, it will go viral, to monitor the situation. If I was in Saudi today, I will not perform the Friday prayers because it's rampant there. If I was in Iran, I will not, because last Friday, Iran does make it a ruling that nobody should pray congregationally. So here, as far as I know, we only discover one victim yet, as far as I know. So we are still much better than those people, Italy likewise. So let us use the pulpits today to give out our warning, and to disseminate the message. That's a big message here from the Holy Quran, from the Prophet, from President Adam Barrow, from Muhammad Lamin Samate. I think that's the name of the minister, the health minister, and from all health workers. And you know, Sheikh, this should not be even argument. Even if you want to go and perform Hajj. Hajj is a pillar, it's beyond Sunnah or Farida. It's a pillar in Islam. But if you are told you should not go because of your health, or in Saudi there's a virus that kills, you should not go.
So, Imam, but this young girl in question here, I know where she works, and she came with so many people, and those people already interacted with people in the society. You saw the list on social media. I don't know whether they including the senior officials from the government. Is it safe? Why not? The Kaaba is closed, the Vatican is closed, Jerusalem, Baitul Maqdis, even the Prophet Mosque is closed. Can't people just today and say, stay home, let's pray at home, this will not affect our religion?
Yeah, it could have been done. It could have been done if it comes from the authority themselves, to be direct to the point. Then I wouldn't go. But here you will see there is a situation created People are calling me and telling me, the president didn't mention the Friday prayer. The president doesn't mention the congregation prayers. He said the daras, the madarasa, the majlis, the public gatherings, and the like. In fact, I did call the president's advisor, Al-Haji Dembo Maslaha Bojan, to clarify, but he told me whatever, he will get in touch with the president this morning, because it could have been more clear. Because you have to understand, in as much as we are leaders in our own right, but we are asked also to follow the leadership of any country as long as they don't go away from Islamic principle. And this is part of Islamic advice, not to pray. So to do it today, we are going to clarify messages we have in our heads. We are going to share it with our people. So from there, we monitor. If the situation continue like this, only one person, obviously next Friday we'll pray again. If it increase, obviously we are going to stop congregational prayers. And I'll be one of those who will lead that.
So will you initiate national prayers too, to pray for the country?
Well, national prayer is already happening. People are initiating it and people are doing national prayers. The only thing is, you know, Gambia, nobody has the lead to be a leader. Wow. Gambia, they don't respect leaders. Gambia, everybody is a leader of his own. He's a lawyer of his own. He's an imam of his own. If today Imam Babali announced national prayer, nobody will respect it. Imam Mudlamin Ture, the president of Supreme, nobody will respect it. Then you can only ask national prayers for those who pray with you, those who listen to you. No matter how lonely you are, you have people behind you, but you cannot have all of them. Not like other countries. If it is in Iran, the Ayatollah announced it, it will be done in a massive congregation, and everybody will come out, and they'll be proud of following their leader. If it is Saudi, likewise. If it is Morocco, likewise. If it is Gambia, no way. If it is Senegal, no way. Senegal, the Council of Imams have already made a statement not to go and pray. Now the controversy is there. So people say, no, we are going to pray. They are not representing us. Who are you going to represent them? Those are the embarrassing things in our society, in our community, in our homes. We lack leadership, and we must have leadership. And there is no nation that can be successful without leadership.
Imam, this is a period where so many people, when the announcement was made, we saw the rush, people rushing to the supermarket, markets, buying food stuff. The prices are going up, some are hoarding. What do you have for the business community?
Well, that is Gambian again. Even Ramadan, we raise our prices. We are greedy. I mean, our faith depends on our pockets. That's our main problem. Now this panic buying is embarrassing. You know what I mean? But what can you do? You can stop them from it. They have their money. And they go be careful themselves. I wonder even if you don't buy 10 bags of rice yourself. Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't know. So how about the poor and the needy, especially those who can afford it? What message do you have for them towards the poor, the needy this time of the year?
Well, it's very much scaring. In other countries, that is where their government step in and consider the poor and the needy and how they can help. But here you have, even the government is a poor government. But I read yesterday that the president have authorized, I think, $5 million. Yeah. Is that right?
Well, that's what.
So you see, the initiatives is there, the intention is there, but the ability is the problem. Because that even $5 million, so people are criticizing it. So now what to do? Even if you intend to do good, they say it's political. If you intend to say good, they say it's political. If you intend to do, they say nothing godly, all is political. We don't trust each other. That's the reality. We don't love each other. This is Gambian society. May God forbid.
Is it not time for religious leaders to come in now, to talk to people and say, yes, we have politics, but there are things also we can do without politics. Let's put aside politics and discuss issues.
You know, if you say it's time, it's at times very, heartening to listen. Because how many years we are talking? We talk up to an extent we were sent to jail. We talk up to an extent we were exiled. And they are saying, we were talking, and we'll still talk, and we'll continue talking. But you know better than anybody how difficult it is to talk in this country, no matter what you said. There are people down there who will insult you, will insult your parents, when they don't even know you. The time I went to the TRRC, you see what happened to me. All the social media, insulting me, castigating me, saying all things that they don't know. And it had never been Babali's style of life. And some people even attacked my house, thrown stone there, simply because, according to them, I went to the TRRC. And how many people went to TRRC? So you see, it's difficult, but you can only know it if you put your foot in my shoe.
Okay, I understand you're talking about during the protest on the 26th of January, after the three years general protest, we understand that your house was attacked. So you mean, according to what you gathered, those people attack your compound because you went to TRRC?
You see, there are so many fake reports. There is somebody, Suleiman Suare, make his also own statement. Some believe it, some believe not, that it is initiative by the, I don't know, SIS, because the SIS are not happy with Imam Babali. And I have no problem, no issue with the SIS. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there are a lot of issues. You cannot even know where the truth is. But I know what I know, and I know what I know. So let's, move forward.
Imam, why is it that Gambians don't have that much trust in their religious leaders? Well, they will say, let's pray. Most of the time, there's the vision. Korite, let's start today, or let's start Ramadan today. But people don't listen. Is it not time? What is the problem?
You see, I think they are ego. Not only they don't have trust in their religious leaders, they don't have trust even in their doctors. They don't have trust even in their politicians. They don't have trust even in themselves. In their very self, they don't trust themselves. So if you don't trust yourself, who should expect you to trust? Gambians are Gambians. They trust only foreign, something foreign to them. If a religious leader came from India today, they will bow under him. And they haven't read anything more than the Quran that we read. If a religious leader came from our neighbors, they will bow under him. They'll do it, but let him not stay. If he stay in the Gambia for 5, 10 years, he become like us. That is Gambia. If a doctor came today from India, everybody will join the queue to see him. He's the good doctor, he's the best doctor. But let him not stay. The moment he become a Gambian, they will run away from him. Gambian has a problem of self-confidence, self-reliance, and trust themselves. So if you label it to imams or religious leaders and say, no, you don't even trust our lawyers. We trust nobody. Do we trust God? It's another thing.
Trusting God and believing God are two completely different things. But is this what Mandinkas will call Siole Jutowulu? Because you are here and the others will come and they celebrate them.
Yeah, Siole Jutowulu is a very right proverb. But let it not be permanent. Let it not be permanent. And there are another proverb in Mandinka. It's very interesting. I really enjoy it. They say, Mandinko Bukala Tura, Balu Tura Kidiman. Fana Farade. They just use Mandinka, but they could have used Gambian. Gambian never celebrate their heroes till they pass. That's why I have to seize this opportunity to congratulate Fatu Network and the initiative that they did recently. I was there. It was marvelous. It was very interesting. I was so glad. I felt that I'm the one that they are celebrating, because those who were mentioned in the celebration or those who were competing, they all deserve it. And in my view, they are all winners. I am myself a winner. Because really, if you look at the initiative, not a question of money, but it's to recognize somebody's action. And it encourages others to do good. To know that if I continue having a chain of records, good record, positive one, a day will come, I will be celebrated. And the moment you are celebrated, you will never be forgotten. You understand? But Gambian had never been able to do that. You see, that's why I really, really appreciate the initiative of Fatu Network, and I praise her a lot with her team. And this has been her, how to complain. That was her ambition all along. We stayed together in America. You know, she's somebody who loved Domoda Bisap. He used to drive from Atlanta to Washington just to eat Domoda Bisap.
So Imam, okay, before we go, we have seen how the tension between Bakausu and Imam Fati. What are you doing to make sure that, to mend that relationship?
Well, it is very important for them to come together and push the will of progress forward, rather than staying in their own corners, throwing stones each other, because they are all Muslims, they are all leaders, and fortunately, they are all graduated from one institution. So you see, I do believe there cannot be 100% agreement in everything. But even if we are going to be different, it should be based on respect and love. Because Imam Malik and Imam Shafi'i, they were not in agreement all the time. At times they said Imam Shafi'i said, Imam Malik said this, Imam Hanafi said, Imam Hanbali said this, differently. But it was based on respect, dignity and love. But there are certain words, certain frames, or certain accusations are happening. Really, I think it's out of anger. And remember, evil also is in their minds, Satan. And this is what, please say, because if an ordinary person have a problem with another ordinary person, it will never be significant, it will be irrelevant. But an important person, a well-followed person like Bakausu, same to Abdullah Fati, if they become indifferent, that indifference will go down to their following, to their congregation. And that's what Satan wants. And they know it better than I do. So I will use this opportunity again to call them. At least let them forget the past and let us, try to create a way forward. I understand Abdullah Fati made a comment that he don't mind to reconcile with Imam Babali, but with Bakausu and Pabojang, never in life. I'm telling him that's not Muslim word. Please. As far as I'm concerned, me, I have no problem. I have nothing against anybody in the whole world. In the whole world, not in the Gambia, in the whole world. You understand? Because I feel I should not satisfy Satan. And the moment I have problem with my fellow Muslims, my fellow human beings, I will satisfy Satan. And I want to satisfy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You don't have problem, but you always have problem with me.
Well, because you always call me when I come, you don't, at times you are late, and time is very essential as far as this life is concerned. But you are my friend, you know that.
Yeah. See, I'm also my
That's
Imam.
why you are always dragging me.
Yeah, also my Imam. So
I don't normally grant interviews nowadays, but you always force me to do.
For me, I don't think I will go inside the mosque. I will pray under the mango tree.
Yeah, you don't even pray in your house. No, nobody should be blamed today because you don't go to the mosque.
Right.
Because the Holy Prophet said, Da ma yuribuka ila ma la yuribuka. Put down the one that you are not very sure and go and do the one that you are 100% sure. But here, again, are you sure if you pray in your house, it will save you from corona?
Hopefully, yeah.
No, you are just trying.
Yes, I'm trying.
You are just trying. And are you sure if I go to the mosque, I'll have corona? We are just thinking. So I am saying, let us use the opportunity of this present situation to advise and sensitize our people and try to bring them together. I know I will never be able to do that. But as far as I'm concerned, my next Friday prayer depends on the results and the progress of health condition in this country. If not, if one person or two persons is added to this one person, Baba is done for the time being.
Finally, Imam, before. Yeah.
Well, my last word is to say thank you to all journalists and to remind them again what they don't forget. Their role is very important. Their role is the role of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to disseminate, educate, and inform. And I wouldn't forget to thank Mr. Pabojang, how to call it again?
Pamodu Bojang.
Pamodu Bojang. He's doing good job, and he has been in hot soup recently. Yeah. But alhamdulillah, he gave us the respect when we called him in the office. He came with his team, and everything was settled out in a calm manner. That is Gambia. And the diasporans also, being Freedom, being Patu Network there, being Senegambia Network, all of them, they are doing good job. But let them remember they only have Gambia. Even if you are outside and you have American citizen, you are American by documents. but you are Gambian by blood and reality. Let us all put hands together and work for the benefit of Gambia. And calling all politicians, and I'm happy these days with Ousseynou Dabo as well. I saw him washing hands, and he's very much involved to fight against Corona. So I even said recently that Corona, no matter how bad it is, you can make always good things out of bad things. Because of this Corona, now Adama Barrow as president of this country, Ousseynou Dabo as one of the opposition, and all opposition leaders today are speaking one language against the Corona. And let them continue and speak one language also about Gambia. It's Gambia first. Gambia is more important than any party, more important than any personality. It's because of Gambia we are Muslim and Christian. Because of Gambia we are UDP and NPP and other parties. Because of Gambia we are human beings. So really let us respect our Gambia and work that would benefit Gambia. For me, I have tested exile. I know how it is. Anybody who tells I'm okay, I'm in exile, it's not true. It's not good. Let us think of Gambia. Thank you.
No handshaking today.
No, I will not handshake anybody, but I will just say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you so much, Imam. Viewers, that's Imam Baba Leigh of Kanifing Estate Mosque, who is also a commissioner at the National Human Rights Commission. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.